Take your dealership to the next level with over 6,800 on-air interviews with dealer and industry leaders. CBT News, dealers' most trusted source for news, content, and analysis. Welcome to CBT News with Cheyenne Malone.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Let's get started.
General Motors is abandoning Apple CarPlay in its new electric vehicles in favor of its own infotainment system. The company has enlisted former Apple executives Boris Chedinok and David Richardson for senior positions at its new Mountain View Technical Center in California. This move aims to strengthen in-vehicle software capabilities and increase revenue through software subscriptions with the goal of reaching $20 to $25 billion annually. The new infotainment systems will debut with the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV. Ford CEO Jim Farley is committed to prioritizing affordable electric vehicles for the company and aiming for profitability in the process. Taking inspiration from China's successful investments in EVs, Farley wants Ford's next-generation EVs to become competitive with the best in the market. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, Farley revealed that the automaker is developing a smaller, more affordable EV platform with a specialized team of top engineers, including talent from Tesla and Apple. Ford is also working with CATL to reduce battery costs and investing in lower-cost battery production at Ford's Marshall, Michigan plant. Despite slower than expected EV demand, Ford plans to prioritize hybrid while collaborating with Tesla for charging solutions to maintain a competitive yet respectful relationship between the two automakers. In May, China's top electric vehicle manufacturer, BYD, had strong sales after reducing prices. The company sold over 330,000 new energy vehicles, which include both EVs and plug-in hybrids. This shows a 38% increase compared to the previous year and a 5% increase from April. Although this is just shy of the December 2023 record of nearly 342,000 units, BYD's May sales were powered by record PHEV sales of about 184,000 units, up 22% from the previous year. Sales of fully electric vehicles also saw a surge, reaching around 146,000 units, a 22% increase compared to the previous year. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened an investigation into nearly 75,000 Nissan Rogue Select vehicles from the 2015 model year, following reports of unintended side airbag deployments. These incidents reportedly occurred when the vehicle doors were shut or slammed, potentially causing injuries to occupants or compromising airbag protection. Nissan stated it is cooperating with the NHTSA in this preliminary evaluation and emphasized its commitment to safety. This probe follows a recent urgent notice from Nissan and NHTSA advising owners of nearly 84,000 older Nissan vehicles with recalled unrepaired Takata airbags to stop driving immediately due to severe safety risk. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Matthew Groves, CEO of the Colorado Automobile Dealer Association, to give us a glimpse of the association's agenda and where the state stands on EV adoption today.
Take your dealership to the next level with over 6,800 on-air interviews with dealer and industry leaders. CBT News, dealers' most trusted source for news, content, and analysis.
It seems as though hybrids have come back into fashion in a big way, and people are kind of using those as a way to bridge from an ICE vehicle to an EV. Have you found that to be the case in Colorado, or are people, because of those incentives, just going right for the EV?
No, not at all. I wish EVs were cool in 2011 when I was driving one, but I think what we found now is that it's taken us, like I said, sometimes $17,000 to $20,000 in incentive to get people to buy electric.
Yeah.
Whereas hybrid is at almost 10% with no incentive at all.
Yeah.
And so we look at that and say, well, that's great for actual air quality and making sure we're bringing tailpipe emissions down. Mm-hmm. But we also sort of take a longitudinal view of that and say, not only is this group moving towards cleaner technology, this is your pipeline for future EV buyers. Once you buy hybrid, you're more open to the idea that maybe in the future electric could work. So we're really looking at those buyers, not for today, but for 4 to 5 years from now, after this lease or after this car purchase is over, as being somebody who would buy in 2027, 2028, 2029. I think there's a common argument that, well, everybody who wants one has one. And that could be true to some extent. We're trying to make sure that there is a continued interest throughout the next 5 years of this goal that we've set for ourselves of having 940,000 vehicles on the road by 2030.
Sure. Affordability obviously is always comes up along with the charging stations and range anxiety and such. Is it conceivable that somebody's paying less on average for an EV in Colorado than they would for an ICE vehicle?
From a maintenance standpoint, I'm not sure that I can answer that. I think that when we talk about charging versus price of gas, Colorado's got pretty expensive gas. And I think we're looking at another increase here as we go to reformulated gas. So I'm not sure that I could make that comparison as a non-EV driver. What I can say is that for people who drive only around the city, if you have a 300-mile range, we're not talking about charging every day. We might be talking about charging once a week.
Yeah.
And I think that those folks are making it work. Folks with 30 or 40 or 50-mile commutes who are coming from the suburbs or from beyond the suburbs into the city might have a different situation. So I think it's all going to depend on how you drive your car.
Well, that does it for us today. But remember, it is easy to stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry. All you have to do is follow us. We're on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.